Hey there, welcome back. It's Kyle, and today is Saturday, July 20th, 2024, and today is unveiling day. I received my package today. I have been waiting for it for just a couple days. If you watched a few videos ago, and I talked about it yesterday as well, it arrived today, and I am super excited. Like I said, this is a very unique package, but I will explain it here in just a second. First, I got to tell you what it is. It is, drum roll please, a 50-pound bag of popcorn. I'll put a picture of it up here. Boop. Yes. Sorry about that. 50-pound bag of popcorn. So this is Pop Weaver. It is a Pop Weaver Gold, and it's butterfly popcorn. For the most part, popcorn has a couple different styles. There is popcorn, there's butterfly popcorn, and then there's mushroom style popcorn. And the style of the popcorn is what gives it a lot of its texture. It's how well the popcorn stays together and all that stuff. So mushroom popcorn is the ones that kind of looks like little spheres, little marbles or something when it pops. That stuff is perfect for like caramel corn, pouring nacho cheese or stuff over top of your popcorn, that sort of thing. Butterfly popcorn is what they use in theaters. This is popcorn that you pour butter on, the popcorn seasoning, all that good stuff. So why the 50-pound bag? All right, so we have been popping popcorn at home for months now, months and months and months. And it's kind of one of our like guilty pleasures, popping popcorn and then watching movies with freshly popped popcorn. We are the type of people who have been known to go to the local movie theater just to grab popcorn, go in, get the bucket of popcorn, and bring it home and eat it. And we do a bunch of popcorn. So it's definitely cheaper popping popcorn at home. And we pop it on the stovetop. We have, it's called a, I don't remember what it's called. It's like Cook and Home or Home and Cook, something. It's either Cook and Home, Cook the letter N, Home, or Home the letter N, Cook. It's a stovetop popcorn popper, similar to Whirly Pop. Look up Whirly Pop on Amazon and you'll see plenty of them that have the same sort of look to it. And basically, it's got a crank that you crank with the popcorn inside, and it has little arms inside on the bottom that stirs on the pot to keep the popcorn moving so it doesn't burn and everything once it starts popping. This gets you really good popcorn. In and of itself, though, it doesn't get you the movie theater popcorn experience that you want, or that we wanted at least. So we have been trying to get as close to that movie theater experience as we could get. We use stuff like flavacol, however you pronounce it, coconut oil, butter-flavored coconut oil. We have a bunch of seasonings and toppings and everything. And we have gotten super, super, super close. But the popcorn itself has not had the texture that the movie theater has. So I've been researching for all the different stuff. And the last rabbit hole I went down, one of the things that they talked about is the temperature that the popcorn pops at. So we played with the temperature. Then the next thing that they talked about was yellow popcorn versus white popcorn. And this has a lot to do with like the outer part of the popcorn itself. When the popcorn isn't popped and it's just the popcorn kernels, that outer part, when it does pop, it goes on the inside, and some of that breaks off, and we call that like the hull, Hull. That stuff breaks off and you get more or less of that depending on the type and brand you have as well. So we did a bunch of research on that, or I did a bunch of research on that, and we tried different varieties that were all available at like the local stores. And over the course of literally about the last 6 months, we have tried every variety of popcorn kernels that were at all of the local stores. And some definitely did better than others, but it never really got to where we wanted. So I finally stumbled upon a Reddit forum discussing stuff, and it linked to a website that had a discussion that was from way back, and who knows how long, that was discussing how movie theaters get a different quality of popcorn that's not really available to the normal consumer market, like you or I. So that kind of was like, oh, well, that sucks because I want that popcorn. So I kept digging and digging and digging, and I found our local movie theater, which we love their popcorn. They actually have like a Q&A section, and it talks about everything that's in their popcorn. And I don't know why it took so long for me to find it, because it was literally on their website. I should have started there, but they use this popcorn, Pop Weaver Gold, butterfly popcorn. And so I looked that up, and the smallest size bag that I could find is 50-pound bags for this particular variety. 50 pounds is a lot of popcorn. 50 pounds is a lot of popcorn. So I looked around, and I did end up finding a few places that sell 35-pound bags, but the 35-pound bag sellers were significantly higher priced than the 50-pound bag. Plus there was shipping and handling on top of it, and it was going to be something like $100 for a 35-pound bag of popcorn kernels, and I am not paying $100 for 35 pounds of popcorn kernels. So needless to say, we got a 50-pound bag for significantly cheaper than that. And so this popcorn is way better. And I have popped a pot of it today to try it out, because we just got it today, so of course I wanted to try it out. So I tried it out, and I'll put a picture of that up so you can see it. And it is already, with my first attempt, significantly better and pretty darn close to the movie theater popcorn just on my very first attempt. And I didn't even follow, I don't have the other ingredients that I need to mimic it exactly. But the popcorn I had, it's fantastic now. Just changing those kernels alone is a huge step up. And the holes, the little pieces that get like stuck in your teeth, almost non-existent. And so what happens is this popcorn is designed for movie theaters. So with that, they look for certain qualities, and one of the qualities that they look for is for the popcorn to expand as much as possible, so that one popcorn kernel gives a larger volume. That way, when they're filling up your popcorn bucket or your popcorn bag and all that stuff, they can put less in the same volume, less actual product in the same volume, and get more out of the same weight of popcorn, if that makes sense. So this pops, and I could be wrong, but you can look it up yourself, somewhere around 50 times the size of the popcorn kernel itself. So once it's popped, it's about 50 times larger than that. which is huge. But that also gives more surface area for like the popcorn seasoning, the butter, and all that stuff to sit on top, which is part of why it tastes so good. The chewiness of it is also different than what the store brands offered. And I can't really describe it to you in any way that I know how to describe it. You would just have to try it for yourself. But if you tried like Orville Redenbacher, which is the ones we've been using, we've been going back and forth between Orville Redenbacher and Jolly Time, and I think they're both Indiana popcorns, and this is also an Indiana popcorn. But yeah, the other two, they have a different mouth texture when you're chewing it than this has as well. This is way more pleasant. And again, it's just my first attempt, so I need to dial on the temperature still, and all of that stuff. That'll have an impact on it. But yeah, totally happy with it. But 50 pounds. 50 pounds is a lot of popcorn. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. A half a cup, which is what we use in our stovetop popcorn popper each time we make a batch of popcorn. That is half a cup, which is 4 ounces. So it takes 2 cups of popcorn kernels per pound, roughly. So that is 100, hold on, 2 cups per pound. How much is that? So we are doing 2 cups per pound. It is 50 pounds. So that's 100 cups of popcorn kernels. Is that right? I don't know. Why is that so hard to do? I should not be struggling with that. 1/2 cup of popcorn is 4 ounces. There are 16 ounces in a pound. So that's 50 times 4 is 200. Yeah, I think that means there's 100 cups of popcorn kernels in that bag. And we go through half a cup for each batch of popcorn. And normally if we are having popcorn at home, we do 2 batches of popcorn. One for me and one for my mom. And then we don't normally finish all of that popcorn. We end up giving some of it to the dogs because they love eating popcorn at the end as like a treat and all that crap. But so 2 cups, which is 2 half cups, so 1 cup of popcorn every time we make it. So if we do that, it would take 100 times of making popcorn for us to go through that bag. So it's not really as much as you think. And price-wise, it's not expensive at all in the grand scheme of things. It's significantly cheaper than buying the other brand. We normally get the other brand at Walmart, and I want to say it's somewhere around $10 for a 36 ounce container. I think, let me pause. Okay, so I was off a little bit. The Orville Redenbacher comes in a 45 ounce bottle, and it is $6.14 for the 45 ounce bottle. That works out to about 13.5 cents per ounce. I think it's 13.6 cents per ounce. A 50 pound bag, which is 800 ounces, was about $36, which equals out to just shy of 5 cents an ounce. So it's about a third of the price. But of course, you're buying it in bulk and you get 50 pounds at once, which is a crap ton. But 45 ounces, again, we're going through roughly 8 ounces every time we make popcorn. So 45 ounces means we get about five popcorn making sessions-ish out of one of the other ones. So Yeah, but $35 for 100 popcorn sessions, and this is fully popped. Half a cup of popcorn gets us, it's a 6-quart container that is overflowing. So that would be 12 quarts of popcorn each time we make 1 cup. So we would get 1,200 quarts of popcorn for $50. Not $50, for $36. And that is incredible, especially when you go to the movie theater and the popcorn. Hold on one sec. But yeah, like I was saying, that is cheap, especially when you consider how much that same popcorn costs at the movie theater. And yeah, it's, whew, you're talking buku bucks. I don't even know how much a large popcorn is anymore, but this is about the equivalent of a large size popcorn. So yeah, but overall, this video has gone on a lot longer, and all we've talked about is popcorn. So I'm going to call this a popcorn video. But yeah, so if you have any questions about popcorn, or you have any advice about popcorn, hit me up in the comments. And I'm always open for advice, because I want to improve my popcorn making as much as possible. And I have a bunch of popcorn to experiment with. But yeah, thank you. Have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.